20 years ago, my neighbor made it her personal mission to humiliate me and my kids, just because we rented our home. She thought being a homeowner made her better than us. 2 decades later, I finally reminded her exactly who she was, with one simple letter. And the best part, she'll never stop wondering who sent it. If you've ever had someone treat you like you were less than, just because you didn't have the same house, car, or job, you're going to love this story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready, because this is one of the most quietly satisfying acts of revenge you'll ever hear. The dream and the move. It was just over 20 years ago. My husband and I had finally taken the leap. We sold our house to start a business. It was terrifying, exhilarating, and everything in between. With the money from the sale, we rented a home in a quiet, upscale neighborhood. It was supposed to be temporary, a stepping stone while we built our dream. The house itself was beautiful. White shutters, big oak tree in the front yard, a playground down the street. The kind of place where kids laughed until sunset and neighbors waved from their driveways. I remember thinking, this is where our kids can grow up happy. I had no idea that behind one of those manicured hedges lived a woman who would make our lives a quiet nightmare. The queen of the cul-de-sac. Her name was Karen. And yes, her name really was Karen. The universe has a sense of humor like that. She lived next door with her husband and 2 kids. From day one, she had this perfectly polished Stepford wife smile. The kind that never quite reaches the eyes. When we first met, she gave me that up and down look. The kind of look that silently measures your worth and finds you lacking. "Oh, you're renting," she said, like the word itself had a bad smell. "Yes, just while we get our business off the ground," I replied, trying to keep things polite. "Ah, well, that's nice," she said. "We like stability here. Homeowners tend to take care of the neighborhood." She said it sweetly, but every word dripped with poison. I brushed it off. Maybe she was just awkward. Maybe I was overreacting. But I wasn't. Death by 1,000 cuts. Over the weeks that followed, the mask came off. Subtly at first. When the neighborhood association sent out invitations to a block party, ours never arrived. When my daughter's friends mentioned a birthday party, she'd realize she was the only one not invited. Every time my kids played outside, Karen would appear like clockwork and call her kids inside. Sometimes she'd even call out to other neighborhood kids and invite them over. Right in front of mine. I'll never forget the day my son came in crying, holding his little toy truck. He asked, "Mom, did I do something wrong? Why don't they want to play with me?" That's the kind of pain that lodges in a mother's heart. It's not loud. It's not fiery. It's quiet and deep, like a crack in glass that never fully goes away. The mask she wore. The wild part. Everyone else loved her. Karen was the kind of fake nice that fooled everyone. PTA meetings, bake sales, charity events. She was always there, always smiling, always helping. People called her the heart of the neighborhood. Meanwhile, she'd glare at my kids when no one was looking. She'd complain to the HOA about our renter trash cans being visible. Once, she even left a note on my door that said, "Maybe renters shouldn't host so many friends. It lowers property values." That's when I realized. She didn't hate us because of something we did. She hated us because we didn't fit her picture of perfection. Because we reminded her that money doesn't buy class. Climbing out. Our business took off slowly but surely. Late nights, missed weekends, tears over spreadsheets and tax forms. But after a few years, we did it. We'd saved enough to buy a home again. And you better believe we bought one right there in the same community. Just 4 blocks away. We were finally homeowners again. My kids went to the same schools, had real friends now, and we built a life filled with laughter instead of shame. We didn't see Karen much anymore, and that was fine by me. But every now and then, I'd pass her on the street. Her smile was still fake. Her eyes still calculating. And in that split second I could tell, she still saw me as the renter. I stopped caring what she thought. At least, that's what I told myself. 20 years later. Fast forward more than 2 decades. My kids are grown. The business we started back then. It's thriving. We've since moved to another state. A fresh start, new chapter, new everything. But one night I couldn't sleep. I was lying in bed, scrolling through old photos. And there was a picture of that rental house. The one where we first started. I smiled at the memory. Until I remembered her. That smug, fake grin. The way she'd yank her kids inside when mine appeared. The tears I wiped from my son's face. And suddenly, all that old emotion, the helplessness, the quiet rage, the humiliation, it all came back like a wave. But this time, it didn't hurt. This time it made me laugh. Because here's the thing. After all those years, after everything we'd built, I finally realized. We won. We really won. She spent her life guarding her perfect little bubble, measuring her worth in mortgage payments and appearances. Meanwhile, we built something real, from the ground up. And in that moment, I decided she deserved a reminder. 7. The card. The next morning I went to the store. I picked out the sweetest, most innocent-looking greeting card I could find. Something with pastel flowers and cursive writing, the kind of thing you'd send to a friend. Inside I wrote a short, simple note. Just a few words. Not threatening. Not cruel. Just honest. Dear Karen. Just a quick note to remind you what a nasty person you were. Some things stick with people, and your behavior was one of them. Hope you've learned some kindness over the years. Sincerely. Someone you once looked down on. I didn't sign my name. I didn't have to. Then I mailed it. From my new state, hundreds of miles away. With a postmark she'd never recognize. The image that makes me smile. I like to imagine her checking the mail that day. Maybe she's in her kitchen, sipping her tea, still thinking she's the queen of her little cul-de-sac. She opens the envelope, expecting a thank you card or a holiday note. And then she reads it. I can see it perfectly. That frozen smile. The little flicker of confusion. The slow realization creeping up her face like a storm cloud. The question forming in her mind. Who would send this? Why? And the best part. She'll never know. Maybe she's pacing around her house right now, thinking through every person she's ever wronged. Maybe she's losing sleep wondering which one finally called her out. Or maybe, just maybe, she's starting to realize how she made other people feel all those years ago. Either way, I win. The quiet power of closure. It's funny. Revenge doesn't always have to be loud. It doesn't have to be dramatic or public. Sometimes the sweetest revenge is quiet, private, personal. Sometimes it's just a small reminder that karma has a long memory, and that the people you once stepped on are often the ones who end up standing taller. For me, that little card wasn't about cruelty. It was about closure. It was for every mom who's ever watched her kid be excluded. For every person who's ever been treated like they didn't belong.